Welcome to yoga. I want to thank you for joining me for this live stream Comeback Yoga class. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit organization that meets veterans where they're at. Sometimes that means providing classes at home. This is a level 2 class, and you might expect less instruction in a level 2 class than a level 1 class. But as far as intensity is concerned, it's about the same. I always cue 2 yoga blocks and a yoga strap for practice. You'll hear me cue the props, you'll see me use them, but they're just there in case you need them. Props help make poses more accessible. So if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use couch cushions or bed pillows if we're using the props to pad the joints. If we're using the blocks to add height underneath your hands, a sturdy book might be a good option. And you don't have to have an official yoga strap. You can use a belt, a necktie, even a towel would work. This is going to feel pretty similar to other yoga classes you've taken before. But comeback yoga classes are taught from a trauma-informed perspective. Again, there the difference lies in our instruction. And also in little tools that we use. For instance, before we even get started, take a moment and get oriented to your space. Notice what's around your space. Notice where your exits are to the space. And if there's something that you can do to make yourself even 10% more comfortable, do that now. That might mean changing the position of your yoga mat so that you can face your exits. Or maybe having a phone handy, but just keeping it face down so that it doesn't distract you during class. Now that we've gotten nice and oriented to our space, we're going to start. And we're going to start lying down on the back. And we're going to take a reclined butterfly. So props might come in handy here. You'll bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open wide. Props can go underneath your knees if your hips and low back feel a little tight. If you don't need them, you'll just simply scoot them off to the side. Okay. Once you find yourself in a comfortable position here, props or no props, rest your hands where they're comfortable. I prefer to bring my hands to my belly, below my belly button in this one, so that I can stay connected to the rhythm of breath. So right away, as you begin to deepen your inhales and exhales, you might notice that your belly rises and falls underneath your hands with your breath. When you inhale, belly rises. When you exhale, belly lowers. Work on finding a slow, steady rhythm to your breath that you can maintain for the rest of our class. Soften your muscles, the hinge of your jaw, and scan your body from head to toe. Take note of any areas that feel tight, tense, or sore. Be mindful of those areas as we begin to move and practice. One more inhale, fill up to the top. Stay for your exhale, let it go. From here, you're going to reach down, take your hands to the outside of your knees, gently close the knees together, but you're going to keep the knees bent. Walk your feet wide to the edge of your mat, knock your knees in towards each other, scoot the props off to the side if you were using them. And once again, you can bring your hands to your belly if you want to stay connected to the rhythm of your breath. Feel your feet press down into the floor and feel your legs moving towards each other. Now we're going to take a little movement. So you're not going to change the shape of your legs at all. You're just going to start to move your knees back and forth. So when you start in that position, your knees fall open wide. And you're going to go right and left a few times. Just use the movement to check in with how your hips and your low back are doing. Every day is different based on what you did the day before. The next time that your knees fall down over to the left, I want you to stay. And from here, it might feel nice to tee your arms out. And then your gaze, which starts out at the ceiling, maybe goes away from your knees towards your right thumb, if that's okay on your neck. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees through center, drop them over to the right, and then gaze where your neck feels best, either up at the ceiling or away from your knees towards your left thumb. And one more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees through center and give them a little squeeze. And it might feel nice from here to add a little movement. Give your low back a massage. You can sway side to side. You can draw circles on the ceiling with your feet. Just take some movement here to release your low back. Good. Now take your hands to the backs of your knees. Rock and roll the length of your spine a few times. You want to get enough momentum to meet up into a seat. And then once you get up to a seat, we're going to make our way to tabletop, however you're comfortable doing so. So you can roll over to the side, you can cross over your ankles, and I forgot to say to bring those blocks back up with you, just on the top corners of your mat. You may or may not need those as we start to get going. Good, we're going to come into a tabletop. That's a neutral spine. Think about stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Your next inhale is cow pose. Belly lowers and gaze goes forward. Your exhale is cat. Round your spine and take your gaze down. Good, do another like that. Inhale to your cow pose. Exhale, round your spine for cat. Start to take these movements on your own breath. Feel free to stay a bit longer in one of the poses, especially if it gives your spine a nice stretch. Good, you can stay with the cat-cow rest or take other movements to open up. There's no right, there's no wrong. Just go where your body wants to go. If you find a tight spot, stay there for a few breaths. Work it out. Slowly come on back to center. We'll find our first down dog. Curl your toes, send your hips high, press your thighs back. And it might feel nice to ease into the first one with movement. Walk your dog, sway your hips, and really try to relax your neck. Nod your head yes a few times, shake and no. Allow the crown of your head to be heavy. Eventually you'll find some stillness, and you're going to try to make your body as symmetrical as possible. So your hands are at least shoulder width apart, if not wider. The base of your palms line up. Your feet are at least hip width distance apart, if not wider, and your big toes line up. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet, and you might take a soft micro bend or a generous bend to your knees here. Your hands will either come down to the floor, or hands can reach up and grab for opposite elbows to hang your right down. You can do this pose in stillness. You can add movement by swaying side to side. Either one is fine. Just make sure that whatever choice you make, the crown of your head is weighted down so there's a length in the back of your neck. You'll come back to center and release your fingers down to the floor if they're not there already. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll up to standing. Good. Once you get all the way up, we're going to meet at the top of the mat. We'll start in mountain pose, and we'll start to link breath with movement. On your next inhale, bring your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. On your exhale, soften to your knees as you fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold over your legs, release. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, draw a circle with your hands. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs, release. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, draw a straight line to your heart. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands come to shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart. So adding on to that, inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale your hands come to shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your palms and step back, downward facing dog. Now on your next inhale, come up high in your toes, shift to plank and pause. We're gonna hold this first one. No, you can always lower to your knees, but press your heels away from you as you shine the crown of your head forward. On your next inhale, shift slightly forward on your toes. On your exhale, you can lower down. Maybe the knees come down first. Everything comes down to the floor. Tops of the feet are flat. Inhale to a low cobra. Lift up your chest, roll your shoulder heads back. And then exhale your chest down to the floor. Walk your hands off the side of your mat. Tend your fingertips down like spider legs. And inhale, lift your chest to a super cobra. Exhale, come down. Slide your hands to your side. Inhale to a cobra pose. Like a wave, lift your chest and loop your shoulders at the top. Then exhale, come down. And press up through hands and knees for this first one. Find your downward facing dog. Take an inhale here as we hold. Stay for the exhale, let it go. Inhale, come up high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, take tiny little steps to the top of your mat. Inhale your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold, release. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, knees lifted or lowered. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale, come down. Walk your fingers off the side of your mat. Inhale, super cobra. Exhale, come down. Bring your hands to your rib cage. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Find downward facing dog through plank or tabletop, you choose. And take an inhale here as we hold. Stay for the exhale, let it go. Inhale, come up high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, take tiny little steps to the top of your mat. Inhale your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, soften to your knees, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, chest to the floor. Walk your hands off the side of the mat, tend your fingertips. Inhale, super cobra. Exhale, come down. Slide your hands in towards your rib cage. Inhale to a full cobra pose. Exhale, come down. Press through hands and knees to find a well-deserved child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go wide. Send your hips toward your heels. Your forehead can rest down to the floor, to one of your yoga blocks or props. Or you can make a little pillow out of your forearms and rest your forehead there. Take the next 3 rounds of breath to reground and reconnect. Slow, steady inhales to fill up. Full, complete exhales to let it go. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, press up to hands and knees, and you'll find downward facing dog. Hips go high, thighs press back. Inhale and reach your right leg high and back. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest. Hold, hover around your spine like you would in cat pose. Inhale, right leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, right leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, right foot to right thumb lunge. Your back heel is going to drop down like you're setting up for a warrior one. So the left toes are going to point up to the left top corner of your mat. You'll bring both hands to the inside of your front foot, and there's a bend to your right knee. Now press your right hand down, twist your left arm open. So you're pressing your right bicep into your thigh back into your bicep. Good, take an inhale, spin open a bit more. Exhale, come on down. Now you're going to frame your feet on either side with your hands, and you're going to pivot onto the ball of your left foot so the left heel reaches up to the ceiling. Plant the left hand down, twist the right arm open. Inhale, spin your chest open a bit more. Exhale, bring your hand down to the mat. Good. Now bring your left knee down, left foot is flat. And inhale, come up to a low lunge. Stack your right knee on top of your right ankle. Press down to both of your big toes and let your tailbone get heavy. Good. Inhale, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, elbows go wide, chest lifts. Inhale your hands forward and back. Exhale to goalpost arms. One more. Inhale, forward and back. Exhale, elbows bend. Inhale your hands forward and back. And then exhale, sweep down, reframe your front foot. You're going to curl your left toes and lift up to a lunge. Plant your hands right leg to plank. Good. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, chest to the mat. Walk your hands off the side of the mat. And then inhale, super cobra. Exhale, come down. Bring your hands into your side. Inhale to a full cobra pose. Exhale, release, find downward facing dog any way that you'd like. Inhale and breathe, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, hold, hover around your spine. Inhale, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, left foot to left thumb lunge. Back heel drops down like you're setting up for warrior one. So your right toes point up to the right top corner of the mat. There's a bend to your left knee. Both of your hands to the inside of your left foot, sorry. And then you're going to twist your right arm open. As you do so, press your left bicep into your thigh and thigh back into bicep. Good. Release down. Frame your fingers on either side of your left foot. Pivot onto the ball of your right foot and plant the right hand down. Inhale, twist your left arm open. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, left foot to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale. Find a child's pose. Good. Just a brief breath here. 3 rounds to reground and reconnect. All right, take one more inhale. Exhale, we'll come back up and finish that left side. I forgot to do the low lunge. So you're going to bring your left foot forward for me. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to those goalpost arms. Inhale, your hands forward and back. Exhales, elbows bend, chest shifts forward. One more, inhale and exhale. Inhale your hands forward and back. Exhale, release your hands down, and then we'll just do a lizard lunge from here. So you're gonna scoot the right leg back, but turn the left toes out to the edge of the mat. Now, props can go underneath your hands to make this pose more accessible. Maybe if you want to deepen the sensation, you can drop down to your forearms. And you might not need the blocks or the props at all. You might just come down to your forearms. With hip openers like this, we all look a little different. Once you get yourself situated, take your gaze down, take your neck out of the pose, and bring all of your awareness to your left hip. You might notice little pockets that feel closed or stuck. If you send your breath there. What can you soften? What can you let go of? Good, take one more inhale. On your exhale, if you drop down to forearms, come up to the palms of your hands. You'll bring your leg through center. And you might want blocks underneath your hands for this next pose. We're gonna take a half split. So straighten the left leg. Walk your fingertips or your props directly underneath your shoulders so that there's length in your spine from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. Now, if you'd like to deepen, dip your chest forward, let your elbows flare, but there's still length in your spine. Curl all your left toes towards your left knee so you're not only stretching the back of your leg, but your calf muscle and the arch of your foot. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, bend into your front knee. Release your hands to the floor and send the left foot back to tabletop. Do a round of your cat-cow, let that go. And then right foot will come forward, left leg will scoot back. Setting up for lizard lunge on this side, both hands to the inside of your right foot and your toes turn out to the edge of the mat. Feel free to use your blocks here to support you. And remember that if you would like to deepen sensation, you can drop down to forearms. You might notice that this side feels different than the first side, and that's okay, because we're not perfectly symmetrical human beings. We tend to have a tighter, stronger side, and then a more flexible side. So in yoga, we ask that you modify for the two sides and use the props on your tighter side. Don't muscle it, don't force it. Use breath and gravity to open up. All right, one more inhale. On your exhale, if you lower down to forearms, come up to your hands, wiggle the leg through center, and then we're going to take a half split, straighten the right leg, flex the right foot, walk your fingertips or your blocks underneath your shoulders. Press the right heel forward as you send the right hip back. And remember, if you want to deepen, you can dip your chest forward, but there's still length in your spine. And as the sensation builds, direct your breath there. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend into your front knee, plant your hands, send your right foot to tabletop and do a round of your cat-cow, let that go. Good, when you come back to tabletop, we're gonna find downward facing dog. Hips go high, thighs press back. On your next inhale, reach your right leg high and back. On your exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. It might feel nice to circle your ankle or circle your knee. If you prefer stillness, let your right heel get heavy to the left side of the mat, and you'll feel your top hip fan open. Re-square your hips, bring your knee into your chest, look forward, right foot between your thumbs, Back heel drops. Your next inhale is a warrior two. Your left arm guides you up. On your exhale, adjust your stance. Bring your front thigh more parallel to the mat. Your tailbone gets heavy. Reach your fingers so far away from you, it feels like your arms could grow another inch. Keep the length in your arms. Relax your shoulders down your back. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg. Bring your palms together overhead. And then exhale, bend into your front knee. Warrior two. Good, let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten your leg, palms up overhead. Exhale, bend into your knee. Warrior two. Good. Look forward, flip your palm, and inhale to reverse. Right arm up and over your ear. Exhale, come back. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Bring your back heel in a click and start to reach forward slowly. When you can't reach anymore, bottom arm comes down. Top arm twists open, triangle pose. Now, you can use a prop to the outside of your right foot to make this pose more accessible. It brings the floor closer to you. And press down firmly into both of your feet. Your gaze can be down at the mat or up at the ceiling. Choose what feels best on your neck. One more inhale. On your exhale, we're coming back up, warrior two. Inhale, settle in. Exhale, sweep down to lunge and step your right leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Tops of the feet are flat. Inhale, low cobra pose. Exhale, come down. Walk your hands up the side of the mat. Tense your fingertips down. Inhale, super cobra. Exhale, come down. Bring your hands into your rib cage. Inhale to a cobra pose. And exhale, release. Find downward facing dog through plank or tabletop, you choose. Inhale and reach, left leg high and back. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. If you want movement, take it. If you prefer stillness, find it. Re-square hips, bring knee into chest, look forward. Left foot between your thumbs, back heel drops. Your next inhale is a warrior two. Your right arm guides you up. Now I'm going to turn so you can see me. You stay right where you are. Exhale, adjust your stance. Front thigh more parallel to the mat. Tailbone heavy. Fingers reach away and shoulders move away from your ears. Inhale, straighten your front leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend into your front knee, warrior two. Good, let's do that again. Inhale and exhale to warrior two. One more, inhale, straighten your front leg, palms touch. Exhale, bend into your knee. Look forward, flip your palm, inhale, reverse. Left arm up and over your ear. Exhale, come back, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, bring your back heel in a click. Start to reach forward slow. And then bottom hand down, top arm twist open. You really want to engage your legs here. Press down so firmly into your feet. It feels like you're going to bring your front heel and your back arch together. But your feet won't move. You're on a sticky mat. Take an inhale. And exhale, come on back, warrior two. Inhale as you settle. Exhale, sweep it down. Step it back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Tops of the feet are flat. Inhale, low cobra pose. Exhale, release. Walk your hands up the side of the mat. Tense your fingertips down. Inhale, super cobra. Exhale, come down. Bring your hands in towards your rib cage. Inhale, full cobra pose. Exhale, release. Good. Press up through hands and knees. And then go ahead, take a seat and give your legs a little shake. You'll bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open wide. We'll do a seated cat-cow here. So you'll bring your hands where you can still keep length in your spine. That might be your shins, your ankles, around your feet. I like to take my peace fingers and circle my big toes. On your next inhale, it's your cow pose. Shift your chest forward, take your gaze to the ceiling, your throat is open. Exhale, round your spine and tuck your chin for cat. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale to cat. We'll do one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, come back to center, release what you're holding on to. And I want to show you, we're going to take a forward fold, how you can use props to make this pose more accessible. You can bring your blocks to the arches of your feet, and you can do that on any height, so that when you start to hinge forward at your hip creases, your forehead has a place to rest. So we'll call that plan A. Plan B would be to lengthen the spine, and with a flat back, hinge at the hips and fold. So it doesn't matter if you use the blocks or not, but once you get into the fold, to deepen, you can walk your fingertips away from you, and then you want to let your spine round a little. You want to enter the fold with a flat back. Then once you're there, let it round a little. Scan the entire length of your spine. Notice where you're holding your stress. Is it the back of your neck? Is it the space between your shoulder blades? Maybe it's your low back or your hips. Wherever the tension is, send your breath there. What can you soften? What can you let go of? And take one more inhale. On your exhale, start to walk your fingertips back, lift up, and then you're gonna close your knees, give your legs a little shake. Now, from here, we'll take a counter twist. I'm gonna give you the side view for that. You're coming into an easy seat. Bring your left hand to your left knee, right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. And this allows your left shoulder to roll open and back. You'll take your gaze where your neck feels best, either past your left shoulder or align your chin with your chest. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, come through center, and then we'll twist open to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right shoulder rolls open and back. Gaze where your neck feels best. Take an inhale. Exhale, come through center and give your legs a little shake. Good, so we're gonna come down to the back from here. You're gonna wanna have a block and a strap where you can reach it. We're not gonna do anything fancy to lower down, so just go ahead, come on down however you're comfortable. When you get all the way down, take a good morning stretch. Reach through your fingertips, reach through your toes, circle out your wrists and circle out your ankles. Find some length on your side body. Good, and then bring your hands down by your side, hug your knees into your chest. You're gonna keep the right knee in, and the left foot's gonna come down to the floor. Locate your strap, loop it around the bottom of your right foot, extend your right leg to the ceiling, and walk your hands up the strap. Good. From there, if you haven't already, straighten the left leg. Kick the left heel forward with purpose, like you're trying to kick a wall in front of you. Keep a soft micro bend to your right knee. This will relieve any tension to the back of your leg. And flex your toes towards your knee. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, release the strap, hug your right knee into your chest. And then we're just gonna switch sides. Left knee in, right leg long. Loop the strap around the bottom of the left foot. Extend your left leg towards the ceiling. Walk your hands up the strap. Press the right heel forward as you send your left heel up to the ceiling. And stay with your breath. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, remove the strap. Hug your knees into your chest. It might feel nice, just sway side to side. Give your low back a little release after that hard work. And then bring your feet down to the floor. Keep your knees bent. You're gonna take, well, first of all, we're going to add a little movement in this shape. So you'll walk your feet back until your middle fingers can brush up against your heels or as close as you can get. And on your next inhale, press down into your feet, lift your hips, reach your arms up and overhead. Arms don't have to go all the way overhead, just go with your range of motion. Exhale, hips and hands lower to the mat. Good, let's do another inhale. You're lifting up. Exhale, lower down slowly with control. Keep going on your own breath. The inhales bring you up. The exhales lower you to the mat. Good. Feel a stretch to the front of your hips and your legs as you lift up. Feel a sense of grounding as you bring your hips and your hands to the mat. Wherever you are, you're going to do one more round. That last inhale sweeps you open. That last exhale lowers you to the floor. Once your hips reach the mat, pause. Take your block, put it between your legs, whip it closer to your pubic bone than your knees. And on your next inhale, press down into the feet, lift your hips. On your exhale, press your legs into the block to keep your legs strong. Shift your knees forward so the legs remain strong. And then slowly lower your hips down to the mat. Once they reach the mat, you can remove your block, keep the knees bent, and you're going to lift your hips and place your block to your low back and your hips for a supportive bridge. You can always walk your feet wide to the edge of your mat. If there's tension in your low back and your hips, that gives your pelvis more space. But once you get yourself in the pose, there's not much more for you to do than breathe. The block is supporting your low back, but that block is also giving your hips lift so that you can stretch the front of your legs and hips. Feel your feet press down into the floor. Feel your hips get heavy on your prop. Feel your shoulder blades spread and widen beneath you. And then the back of your head, the base of your skull, gently supported by your yoga mat, by the floor. And all you have to do is breathe. Really enjoy that. We don't hear that a lot in our everyday life. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, go ahead, lift your hips, scoot your prop off to the side. When your hips come down to the mat, hug your knees in again, but this time you're going to drop your knees over to the left for a twist. Arms out to the side. Think of your right shoulder blade as an anchor. Gently press it down to the floor, even if it didn't touch all the way. It'll give you a sense of grounding. Gaze starts up at the ceiling where it can stay, or gaze can go away from your knees towards your right thumb. Choose what feels best on your neck. And take an inhale on your exhale, knees through center, dropping to the right. Now your left shoulder is the anchor. Gaze where your neck feels best. And let every inhale and exhale take you a bit deeper into the pose. Allow your body to become more heavy, more still, knowing that it's supported by your mat and by the floor. And take one more inhale. On your exhale, bring your knees back to center. Give your knees a little squeeze, and you'll either keep knees into chest or you can take a happy baby. So for happy baby, grab for the sides of the feet with your hands, pull your hips down in the direction of the floor. And you can still add movement in this. You can still swing side to side, maybe even play around with straightening your legs one at a time, and just kind of taking any movement here. Last chance to give your low back a little release. Good. Slowly release what you're holding on to, your feet or your knees. Let your legs go long. We're going to set up for rest pose. So you want to take a moment here, shift your hair, your body, your clothes, get as comfortable as you can in this pose. For some of us, that's legs long, but if it's more forgiving on your low back, go ahead and bend your knees and bring your feet flat. And then once you find a position that you can tolerate, you want to let go of any control on your breath. Just return to your natural and spontaneous breath, the breath that enters and leaves your body without any effort. And then feel how the mat and the floor support your body. Back of your head gently presses down into the floor. Feel the weight of your shoulders underneath you. Feel the weight of your glute muscles. Feel your heels press down into the mat. Knowing that you're supported. And see what you can soften. See what you can let go of. And if you have more time to devote to this pose, I recommend another 5 to 10 minutes here. But if you're ready to be guided out, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can sway your head from side to side. It might feel nice to take another good morning stretch and just reach for the fingers and the toes. And then bring your knees into your chest. Roll all the way over to your right side and pause. Use the strength of your top arm to press up to a seat, and as you come to seated, bring the palms of your hands together, press your thumbs into your sternum. Feel your heart beat underneath your thumbs. I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I hope to see you again real soon. Take care.